Hi, I am doing a home test as to whether or not warm milk will actually help ceramics. I've been told that it may or may not work. I've been trying to find it on YouTube to see if it will. Now, with this really small, cute little pot here that's got deers on it, if I zoom in really carefully, you may be able to see a few cracks. Now, when I actually put this in milk last night, what happened was the glue that the previous owner had obviously used to glue the item back together actually fell apart. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to look at fixing this. I will use it as part of a floral decoration. So I've got some tubs and some flowers that are currently seeds, primarily heather. So what I'm looking at doing is actually using this as part of my tub for my plants, and then it will go in the garden. Now this one here, I actually did put in milk, and because I didn't take a photograph of it before, it's probably very hard for people to believe that this was actually, the glaze was quite crackly. And I left it in some milk for a couple of hours, and I've took it out, and the glaze has actually come up quite clear. So I'm going to see how that is once the item has cooled down. Now, I've used my slow cooker to do this, and in here there should still be, I don't really want to put my hands in there because it's going to be really hot, and I can't find my tongs. Ow, 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 ow. Is actually a little pot. If you can just see that there. And I'll see if I can carefully take it out without breaking it. Now, with what I have found with this little pot, it seems to have a very similar glaze to the milk jug. So, if you can see the pot in its entirety, if I just carefully turn it around, you can see that it has got a few cracks in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in the milk for a couple of hours and see whether or not the glaze actually improves. Now, like I said, I never did any before and after pictures, so whether or not people believe that this really works or doesn't work, then only time will tell, and obviously through research. So what I will do is see if I have any other ceramics. I believe it only works if the items are actually fine bone china. There's actually some sort of chemical reaction that works between the milk and the actual pottery. So we'll see whether or not that really does happen. If anyone wants to blog or give some feedback as to whether they've tried this trick themselves and it's been successful, that'd be very much appreciated. So what I'll do is, with any that I do in the future, I'll try and take photographs before and after. But I am really happy with this one. Believe me or not, the condition that this was in before I put it in the milk was pretty grim. So even if the milk hasn't actually sealed or corrected any of the cracks that may have previously been in what I would class as like a little milk jug, then it's definitely made it a lot more newer in its presentation. With any of these that I may look at potentially selling in the future, if people did choose to use them for milk, or even just put water in and then maybe a few freshly cut flowers from the garden, or even artificial flowers, then I would say that that would be ideal. But personally, I wouldn't recommend using any of these for everyday sort of use, maybe the odd special occasion, purely basically because of the age of them. You can get some really nice, very cute modern milk jugs nowadays for a couple of pounds, even dare I say it, Poundland. But sometimes it's nice to have something that that's got a bit of a vintage to it, even if you, like you say, you just sort of use it for display purposes. Unless obviously it is in 100% condition, like I said, I wouldn't really recommend using them around the house or to put things like milk in for everyday use. So if you have liked my YouTube clip that I'm just about to post online, Please feel free to view any of my others, click likes, click subscribe, and any feedback that you can give me would be very much appreciated. Thank you.